weekend. Thought you were going to Florida, ended up turning around and going to Missouri. Just kind of walk us through that and then the tournament.
Well, we knew the storm, Hurricane Irma, was going to hit, and then there was a small chance it was going to go to Tampa, and then we got more data. It was obvious that it could go that way. So Michael and I sat down and we agreed to change course on Tuesday night. Wednesday afternoon, we were going to Missouri, Missouri Western, in fact, and then Wednesday night, as we're heading off, we are going to St. Louis, Missouri. So the funniest thing was my assistant threw a fit in the bus because he had did 10 scouting reports, all the teams were going to play, and only one transferred to the weekend. So, but yeah, it was chaotic. And then, you know, just a couple things is the weekend before those wins came at a cost. We lost about 3 starters, and then all that, and then I just think the complacency got to them, and so we just weren't ready. But just this weekend showed that our subs need to step up their game a lot. So it was chaotic, but we had the chance just like any other team there. So we still resting some kids, but it really showed we have some depth, but the talent's not as deep as I thought.
What's the benefit of having your young team handle this kind of adversity this early in the season?
You know, honestly, in a weird way, it was an odd blessing. So when I got into coaching, the first 2 weeks of the season were fun because indeed Division II or regional. So they used to have this rule was anything that was not regional counted zilch. So every weekend, the first 2 weeks before conference started, teams would go and just go play, you know, crazy, right? You could go 8-0, you can go 4-4. Heck, you could go, you know, some teams that went to Elite 8 started the year off 1-7, right? Because you knew once conference started, regional started, you were 0-0, okay? So this is odd. If we were going to go to Missouri Western, we were going to play 2 top 10 teams from South Dakota. I'd have had to count those as regional matches. Because we went and played the teams we played in Missouri and in Illinois, they don't count as regional. So going back to your question of, we're still 4-0 in region. And so it's, the girls haven't told them that yet, but they got to have a learning lesson where it truly did not cost them. You know, it could have benefited them in our strength of schedule getting bumped, but in a weird, just happenstance, you know what I mean? They got away with it in a sense, and then of course they didn't mean to. So I think it'll benefit them because now they know how to play. They now know it plays to play in fear, and so that's actually what we're going to work on today is learning how to just handle that.
When it comes to those that were injured, how are those players that you lost in that first weekend? How are they doing?
Oh, they're doing good. It just takes time. The kind of strains they have, they're just in areas of the body that just take longer. You can predict ankles pretty good. You can predict knees. There's other muscle areas that just, so they're not serious, but if we don't ice them now, they will become serious.
Open conference play this weekend and then have a tough Kearney team Friday night as well. Just kind of preview those matchups.
Yeah, so going back to today and tomorrow is we're just going to work on us and learning what we learned about ourselves this weekend. And there's some things that we need to really focus on, and then we'll start scouting them. Midwestern's really fast and athletic. No one knows much about the Cameron coach. She came from Vernon. I've actually had some of her players, and so I think she's just really getting her thing going. And then Kearney, he's been there for so long. Rick Squires, great guy, great coach. You sort of know what they're going to do no matter what their players are, you know, and so they're going to be very big and they're just going to be super fundamental. So for us to beat a team like that, we're just going to have to utilize our lateral speed, and that's actually what hurt us this weekend. We were faster than any of those teams, but we let the size get to us, and we broke down when we had a chance to use that speed.